More money going in the jar, what can you say?
Except he doesn't have any.
Right. Kick it off, my friends. Graduation day, that's why some of you are dressed up.
Nice.
Just in time.
Whoa, you got Flint dressed up.
Dude, check out that tie.
Hey, thanks for the medal.
I'm gonna buy that off you later.
Summer forgot to help with your color, bro.
I know, I know. It's a small color.
All right.
Just pop it in chocolate.
Welcome.
Okay, all right, final sharpen your sword today. We will be switching to monthly meetings, first Friday of every month. You know, April, we may not end up having a meeting because of everything going on, so. We'll resume whenever we're breaking the law right now.
I know we are.
Officially, I think, well, I don't know, he repealed it, but I didn't read the details.
2 people over.
Yeah, let me just slide back a little. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we started this clear back in around the beginning of December. Hopefully you guys saw the email. Our pictures in our online ads now have that picture and these words, which basically is 2 points. Let customers know we can bring cars to them if they're concerned, or 2, let them know that we sanitize the cars. If everyone has supplies, great. If not, grab some of these so you can wipe down steering wheels and shifters and stuff. I think these are the easiest.
I commandeered these from Jenny this morning. So there's 3 of these, and then this one's half full. So if you guys want to take one for each lot, they're awesome for doing. You could go through and do the steering wheels of like every car and the door handle.
Yeah, or at minimum, I would say for test drives, do the valet service we talked about, pull it up to the front and let people know I'm going to wipe this down while they're sitting inside.
Or let them see you.
Yeah, let them see exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Also spray disinfectant, gloves.
Yeah. Okay, all right, should we do the cash?
Your cash.
Okay, $1,300 today, plus we're going to draw cards for most of that cash. Okay, so, well, let's do this part first.
Let's do that.
Okay, you want to wait on that?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, $1,300.
Ricky!
Mark, and actually James is right, Ricky's taking a lot of it.
Oh my God.
Okay, Mark goes $100 on a Fusion, thank you.
Awesome, nice.
Rafa on another Fusion.
Rafa.
Yeah,
nice.
Plus $200 on an Accent and a Sienna.
Nice.
Hopefully that's right. Eric, $300. Eric, we're just
Nice job.
a Chrysler 200, a CX-5, and a Pathfinder.
Nice.
16 Pathfinder. All right, and Ricky, $600. I won't even read off the front. Good job. Okay, thank you guys for selling those. You know, that's actually helped get some cash reserves a little bit built up since those cars are paid off, so thank you.
Nice. Okay, let's pass these around really quick. Go half each way. Hopefully you guys had a chance to look at this on your email last night.
I sent it later.
Okay, we just want to go through it quick. Okay, so as we've implemented and started thinking about the new pay plan, we started realizing a couple of things. Our fates are not so tied together as they used to be. So it used to be that we kind of made money and lost money the same ways, but that's unfortunately no longer true, at least for a few months while we're testing out this new pay plan. So there's no incentive for you guys to not spend money, and you guys all have access to money with those cards. And there's additional ways of spending money, you know. So anyway, we're going to kind of go through and talk about all these things just really quick. You know, we got a lot to cover, but we'll just go quick. So first thing, finance and gap chargebacks. That happens if the customer pays the loan off within the first 90 days. We'll cancel the gap. I think they can cancel it at any time. If that happens, we'll charge the salesperson back the amount that you got paid. So it's like either $75 or $35. You won't get charged back the full amount. The dealership will lose the money, but we'll just charge you back that full amount. Make sense? Rollbacks. Going forward, we need all rollbacks to be approved. So typically, the strategy is going to be to charge the customers 58 cents per mile and $100 for the detail and the temporary tag. We can take it on a case-by-case basis. I should have put these close together, but the third one up from the bottom says spot delivery form. we're gonna build a system to help decide if we should do spot deliveries, under what conditions. And then we need to establish a firm 10-day timeline to either get the deal funded or get the car back. So we're gonna work towards that. This is not fully implemented, I just want you to know what we're working towards. So, so there will be instances, like if we took the risk and the customers weren't, it wasn't their fault that we rolled it back, that we may kind of waive this, but typically we want to kind of have the understanding that people will cost them money if they try to go back. Okay, the other thing, so Steve and I have had big discussions about that. We've talked about with you guys already, if we give every customer a $200 discount when we sell 150 cars, that's actually $30,000 in 1 month that gets given away. So just $200 at a time adds up. We're thinking that really there's not a lot of difference between giving a $100 discount and $200 discounts. I don't know what your guys' opinion is about that, and I don't know if we want to get into a long drawn out talk about it because we're kind of in a time crunch. But anyway, that's kind of what we're leaning towards, is just a $100 discount instead of $200 discount.
The very simple thought process, one of Clint's friends who's a psychologist was here. One of our many discussions about this, we've been talking about 100, 200 for a few weeks. At least his theory was, it's more of a courtesy thing. In the price range of cars we're talking about, it's pretty small money to the customer, and it's more of a feel-good thing, like, hey, I'm trying to help you out and giving you something. And the emotional benefit they feel from 100 versus 200 is pretty darn similar. So that's part of the thought process.
So we can still be thinking about that. Okay, gas in cars. We're working toward a system of lot stewards, people that will come and wash the exterior of the cars, vacuum the cars, put gas in the cars. I don't know if they'll be able to.
Probably maybe start the cars?
Yeah, start the cars. I think that's a great idea. And so I would envision that they would come around once a week, they'd spend the whole entire day on your lot. They would probably help reorganize the cars at that point and stuff like that. So, so based on that, as we transition towards this, you guys won't have to put gas in the cars anymore. So then that brings us to the next point, which is talking about demos. So what we're talking about is getting like a prepaid debit card that we can just load $200 on every month for each of you guys. And then you can just spend that money on gas for your demo. Or you can spend it on Twinkies at the gas station, or you can take it out in the ATM. It'll just be $200 that you'll have towards gas every month.
The demo thing, just so you know, there's some liabilities to the company and things, but as we thought it through, that's a pretty big perk. If you don't have to own a car, maintain a car, have a payment on a car, it's worth something. So we're trying to find a way to continue to have that. But unlimited use of gas.
And then the other part of that, we should probably transition away from the special demos because we don't now have a way for you guys to lose the money. So
you're saying like if I want to go buy a car?
But I mean, if you want to buy something specific and then we end up losing money on it before it would affect you, and now it won't. So, but if we just choose cars out of the inventory, please don't choose a car that's older than 90 days because we will put those on the lot and get them sold. And if you can use a car for about 30 days and then make sure it gets clean and put back on the lot, even if the lot steward crew comes around, just say, hey, I was driving this, it's really dirty. Make sure it gets clean. Or if we take it through the wash that. Okay, one super important thing that we're learning the hard way. On your full coverage insurance, you need to make sure that they have added the section that says, I can drive any car, that they cover any car. We ran into a situation, you don't mind to point out, right, Eric? That he didn't have that coverage, so it looks like he's going to have to pay out of his pocket a huge amount of money for an accident that happened recently. So you'll want to probably call your insurance company and make sure that they have the drive any car coverage. So basically, if there's an accident, what will happen is we'll fill out a test drive agreement, and then you'll just call your insurance company, say, I was test driving this car, I also work there, I was test driving it, and I had an accident. Questions?
If
Yes,
not even our normal customers test driving wrecks, the We do have full coverage insurance, right?
We do have full coverage insurance. We have 60% coverage because that's what next year requires.
Okay.
So we would pay the first 40%, and the insurance would pay the other 60%. So,
And that's only, and I think that would only take effect if like the customer's driving were completely insured.
yeah, so these test drive agreements, did we get those, Eric? Okay, yes, okay. So we've got test drive agreements that clearly states that you can actually get a copy of the customer's insurance and write it on there, that their insurance is primary and secondary. So we can start filling those out, especially if there's any kind of questionable situations. So they sell them in the bundle and market.
IDS sells them, right?
Yeah. Okay, bird dogs, it's the same thing. This would be real easy to just give a bird dog to anyone and everyone, if again, if it doesn't affect your pay anymore. So we would like to request that you just get pre-authorization. Hey, I know that this customer was sent in by so-and-so, and we're gonna be one bird dog. So just make that note. So then we'll cancel the current credit cards. There's a couple things. I know that there's quite a few purchases on Amazon, so I'm not exactly sure what those are and what we need to look at that. I know that there's office supplies that we need to figure out ways to pay for. So there's a few things like that that we need to kind of make sure that we can still continue to do business as, you know, as normal. So we'll kind of work towards that. You guys have some specific ideas?
I mean, it's just the leak.
Sorry.
Paper, folders,
There's a lot of office supplies.
yeah, and then there's the cleaning supplies, toilet paper.
Can't buy that on Amazon anymore.
Got one right here. Okay, so let's lean towards trying to figure out a way to figure out the best way to make that thing stuff happen.
Unfortunately, that's the biggest thing, because we don't monitor that until the alarm goes off.
We could do it maybe, what I do with my printer is a coupon system.
Yeah,
So that could maybe help with that.
But
I don't know if I want to go into it. It's a system, it's a Japanese system that we use. You always have one in reserve with a note on it. We used to do it with the temporary permits and with other things. When you use that item, you take that note and it's a trigger and you give it to whoever and then they order the replacement. I don't know what order to do.
Yeah, I think
That's how I do my
experience. So we always have a backup. And then we just, as soon as we use the backup, we order it. So. Okay, post-sale repairs and after-sale complaints. So due bills fall within the $100 or less category or receive pre-authorization. So like Les had someone that was asking for tires. Steve and I looked at it, we authorized it, everything's great. So just keep your promises to under $100 or get authorization. But we're going to work on implementing a customer care system. So basically, you guys won't have to handle heaters anymore. If a customer calls you with any kind of problem, you will no longer have to talk to them about that. We'll implement a system. So what I think that looks like is probably as first step will be a website that'll have like frequently asked questions, and then a phone number and an email that they can send in whatever their complaint is, and then we'll just deal with it internally. We started thinking that it doesn't make a ton of sense for there to be a middleman if you're not going to be able to authorize the amount anyway. So then,
Why waste your time when you do the hassle?
right. So if a customer has a problem, just be, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. We have a system, a customer care system that's set up to deal with this. I can jump on the internet with you and we can file this, or get on the phone with you, or I can just give you the number. So that makes sense. So we're looking to implement that within the next 2 weeks. We don't know exactly what it looks like, but it'll take one thing off your plate. And I know that these things happen. Corey's been calling me on a few, and I think it's been good. Even if it's like a paperwork issue, payoff, title, any kind of issue, instead of having to get involved, you just have a system.
Hand it off.
Okay, spot delivery form I quickly mentioned. We want to come up with like a more formal system. So we are having experiences where customers are having cards for a long period of time, then they're bringing them back. One in particular, they bedazzled the whole entire interior of the car.
Did you guys see that on the 200? Yeah. Oh.
So anyway, just stuff that we can keep improving on. And it's gonna help with our funding too, you know, so if we just kind of have a strict timeline and we set the expectation with the customer and they sign a form saying, hey, I understand that my loan's not totally approved yet. You know, I promise to bring the car back in good condition and having it even on there, it's gonna charge 58 cents per mile from the last. So we can work just doing that.
That's good, good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, the counter to that though is like when we're creating your EC, we want to get people in the car so they don't go buy somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, I mean, you gotta tweak it, you gotta think about that because,
We talked through that.
yeah, because that's bad. I mean, once they're on the road, let's put the screws to them. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's the next day, oh, hey, by the way, you should come back in and then issue this or something like that. But they're, we just, I don't know, you can't do anything negative that's gonna make them not sign. I feel like, you know, I mean, I understand like the responsibility, I understand the problem, I understand what we're talking about with the Adriana, you know, but at the same time too, man, we can't, you know, we gotta get in the car and get on the road.
Yeah, agreed. And I think that we specifically want to talk to you about because you're going to know the best what we're facing, but as we design that form.
And all of you can be thinking about that. The question is, if we're very explicit to somebody that's questionable on getting a loan and say, hey, give me this cents per mile, you're gonna, you know, in 10 days you can bring it back if we don't get you approved. How many deals do we lose if we clear the people versus right now where we're just super vague, but everybody on the road and deal with the aftermath? So we can be thinking about that.
It's just a balance. Okay, please don't hire contractors or authorize anyone to perform work at the facilities without authorization ahead of time. Just, again, it's just spending money, you know, I mean, if stuff needs to be done, we'll do it, but just make us aware.
Can you give me an example of that? You're talking about like a snow removal guy?
Also like, video cameras for $450.
Oh, okay.
So that just came across my desk while I was making this, so that's.
And I have no idea, maybe this is somebody you had already hired, but just this morning driving in, I saw Stewart's over at the spring lawn. Stewart's lawn care.
Yeah, that's a great
So,
question.
you know, just those types of contractors.
Well, I don't know what to do with that.
Well, I'm not saying you did, I maybe Clint hired them, maybe somebody, maybe Mark a year ago hired them.
Yeah, they do my house, it wouldn't surprise me if maybe I'm paying for it on my personal house.
You're not, because I got a bill.
What's that?
You're not, because I got a bill at Springville.
Okay, well, so then we need to evaluate and make sure that that's.
So in the past, I'm not just saying you guys, but past, just in the past, anybody could hire those people. And so then we get a lot of stuff going on that we don't even know about, so we're trying to.
Well, and just because you don't know about it, or like I didn't have anything to do with it, doesn't mean that it isn't important, it's just you need to know about it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, we may still want to do it, yeah, we're not saying we can't, we need to still upkeep our buildings and take care of our facilities.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let's just all kind of get on the same page. We'll have random invoices showing up all the time from places. Okay, this next thing is going to be painful.
Yeah, well, and I want to add 2 more things.
Oh, okay. So, I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but temp tags are like $102 nowadays. So every time we put a temp tag on a car and then we don't get it back, or like a rollback, and we don't turn in the permit, or we don't turn it in before the due date, or, you know, obviously the out-of-state ones, we understand that that's gonna cost us money and that's gonna be money gone. If we lose them, if we mess them up and then put them in our drawer and don't send them back in, every time we do that, it's like burning a $100 bill. And this is a real $100.
Well, before we hang on, how much money per year normally does it end up being per year?
Okay, so we get an audit once a year, and it's about $5,000 usually. So then we'll go through and we'll, you know, back and forth, and we'll get it down to about half, so it's about $2,500. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, so then each location, we do a post-sale expense for the location, and it's, you know, sounds nice.
So you're saying in the past, it's been costing them money, maybe they didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Maybe they did.
Yeah,
Probably the person who closed the month that month noticed it.
yeah. So was that stuff that you guys are aware of, or is? Yeah.
So like those things, those temporary permits need to be handled with care because they're literally one of these. I told Clint we should burn a temporary permit because it's worth the same money. So it doesn't have the same effect.
Don't you dare burn that.
So listen, here's the thing, this is to save
What did
each,
you for me for?
This is to save each of you money in the long run. Times are tough, it seems a shame to burn $100. But if this ends up saving hundreds of dollars for you guys individually, or thousands for the company over a year, then it's a smart investment.
So can I record this and then blast it out?
There's a camera right there.
Don't you freaking dare burn that, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Well, dude, think of the thousands of dollars that get wasted because we're careless with temporary permits.
Right.
That's way more than
You're just adding to it.
Yeah, but if this makes us be careful with those permits.
Right.
I'm suffering. I'm suffering.
This is hilarious.
So bye, Mr. Benderman.
So every time we pull one of
This
those,
is how you fund it.
every time I pull one of those out of a book to fill it out and you think about this.
Yeah, these temporary tags are worth $100.
Probably can take it. He's literally crying.
Yeah.
He's like, screw this.
He's crying.
At least use it to like, straight report back, coronavirus.
Wow. Every temporary tag is worth $100.
Oh, we can find better ways to entertain ourselves.
Let's keep the rest of the money. We're gonna give it to you guys.
And then we can burn it.
Okay,
I didn't print it, but it was, I think it was just the Senate page.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That helps fight inflation.
There you go. We're putting $1 trillion out.
Look at the
today.
reframe here from
Plenty.
Mr. Ross.
That's
Wow. Centerville.
Okay, Centerville, so we're gonna change the way that we're doing the warranty, and instead of doing a prestige warranty, we're gonna make them put on an elite warranty, because they're not checking these cars the same way that we are, and as we're selling them, we're having problems. So, anyway, so that's a change, and,
I think that was actually it. Should we draw cards for this cash? What's in there?
One thing you need to add on there,
yeah,
draw this thing out. Deferred down payments,
yes.
how do we treat those? How do we treat those with sales? How is I mean, that could influx if we're like one or two deals away from, being up in the next tier.
Yeah,
Like, what does that money pending look like? What's the policy?
fantastic,
So,
good, yeah.
That's something to address.
yeah.
There's gonna be more things too.
Yeah, for sure.
So-
Yeah.
What about like gas for customers?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It would either be give them the $100, in my opinion, it would be give them the $100 discount or give them money off of your $200 gas card
Are you saying like filling the tank for them?
after they buy the car. Yeah, so I would say it's an either or.
Because a lot of customers, so they're financing, you're like, I'll give you $100 off for taking gas, and they're like, well, that doesn't put gas in the car now.
Yeah,
$100 is them up to $2 a month.
yeah,
But they don't care, they want to be able to drive the same door with a full tank of gas.
yeah.
I mean, it'd be a big inconvenience, but the only other thing would be like a due bill.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Just put it on a due bill, and they're not gonna be able to run a Maverick right that second. In the next few days, when we can get them tank gas.
Yeah, that's a good question, yes.
Yeah, it's exactly, yeah, definitely. Okay, I have a number 5 to an ace. High card will win the money, so that would be the ace. The shuffle, so draw a card, put it face down. And we'll turn them over at the same time.
So the ace takes the money?
The ace takes the money. High card ace.
Come on, ace.
Okay, Tom, you're not for it.
No, go.
What if that was? What if Tom?
I'm $5, people. I would not bet on that.
And we're thinking about having this.
That's fine.
I think over the 1st of April.
All right,
Shouldn't you let us do those? Are you not worried about it?
Orange, you thought I didn't see banana?
all right, everyone wanna hold them up, see who got lucky? Nope, nope, who is it?
Oh, yeah.
Gloria got it?
Ace.
Hey!
That's a one.
That's a good one.
It's a 1 or an 11?
You,
On the chart too?
Good job, Gloria.
Okay. Okay. You want to keep that?
Hey, si no lo hemos
$100.
Okay.
Oh, she has that something there too.
Now do you want to go?
This is a memory or what?
It's a sad memory.
You should have made all that $100.
There's your other $100.
Just pretend like that was, just pretend like that's my 100.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
it'll make you feel better for those times.
Well, it probably was.
It probably was, right? Okay, we're gonna spend about 10 or 15 minutes. There's way too many slides here. This will not even be hardly a discussion. This is just gonna be a flip through of some of the slides over the last 16 meetings, over the last 3 months that we've been doing this. Again, I don't even think there's hardly even room for much commentary, but we can look through it. Our effort, our intensity, is it casual? Or is it intense? How much effort we put in does change.
I got this one, man.
You like Nickel Man?
I don't like them. I mean, I didn't say that.
I was gonna say, you just keep that to yourself. I just say keep flipping through them, there's a lot of them. So this can maybe help us reflect on some of the things that we've talked about.
You guys remember Groundhog Day? That's a fun movie. Does it ever feel like a little? Now, I'm totally out of Groundhog Day,
Yeah,
right?
it's no longer Groundhog Day.
Massive pattern interrupt right now. And the way that that influences, we can change the outcome. Internal factors versus internal.
These were there because I talked about all the things that we track in racing. And it was brought up kind of as an introduction to, we're going to try the sales track grading for a while. Measuring performance is one key. Measuring and reporting really improves how the performance goes up. Yeah, just a way to start doing those. The good old days, yeah. This was a fun one for me when I went around and talked to all you guys about back-end things you tell people to sell gap and warranty, and we've got all these brainstorm things, and we discussed them in 2 different meetings, I believe. There's a lot of good conversations. I learned a lot from you guys on these.
So takeaway is still try to sell back end, even though it seems like small money, it'll start to add up.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We've noticed now that the back-end penetration has dropped off significantly. It feels like you guys are kind of taking more the attitude, well, the bulk of the money is from selling cars, which is how we designed it on purpose. So it feels like I could be overreaching on this, that there's less effort being put towards selling back-end products because you feel like maybe the money's not enough. But it does add up. I would say there's no harm in presenting it to everybody.
Well, as things play out with the new pay plan, we can see if it makes sense to reevaluate and put more money on that.
Yeah, that could be the
See how much you guys break the bank, see how far in the ditch we're going.
But I wouldn't get rusty on that because, this pay plan is an experiment too. So yeah, a lot of good word tracks that you guys had. You can keep going. I mean, I was amazed. That's never been something I was good at. I learned a lot from this was a teamwork discussion. Things that are hard become easy as we just get better at them. What yesterday seemed impossible, tomorrow seems like commonplace.
Do you guys feel like these meetings have helped? Like since we did this in December, have you guys learned anything? Have you acquired some new habits? I'm seeing some people nodding. Anyone have something specific that they want to share? Things that have been particularly effective.
The legacy for the discount.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Does that help you?
Yeah, that, it's funny at the beginning, I'm ready, but maybe I'm gonna say that answer, but it's different. Yeah, makes me feel more comfortable. So talking about it and getting to the customer.
You feel like you're prepared for battle.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Anyone else?
I think being able to explain to the customer why we need to have the warranty we have.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, hey, if you want to buy a couple of warranty, then like you don't have to explain it. They understand now why they have to have those.
Mm-hmm. I spent a bunch of time talking about that.
I feel like the most effective of these trainings have been when we've learned from each other. So it's just the ability that we had to sit down and listen to how people respond to those questions, especially at the beginning when we went through all this. I think that was the most powerful at the end, as we kind of start hitting more of the laundry items, of what you guys, what we want to go through. I think that was very effective.
Yeah, that's great feedback. Okay.
Yeah, like you said, there's a ton of them, so I don't know. Maybe just look through them, if anything pops into you and said, we can talk about
What
it.
was this about?
I don't remember, we'd have to look at the next one.
Kind of what
I
you
think it was more teamwork stuff, yeah. You know, we did lots of things that aren't even in the slides. So this is not like in any stretch a recapture of everything we talked about. That's the way I would do our goals.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, probably about the power of writing down your goals and then probably sharing the progress on your goals.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I found in my life works. And I do it. I do it on different things.
If your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. Oh yeah, I still have my goals written down in here, you can double check those. So they'll be able to take the binders on.
Yeah, so today let's take it around this room. We'll talk in a minute about swords.
So 15 cards a month. Now that new goal is 20 cards a month.
Yeah, some people have said 20. This was talking about a family secret of mine and Clint's. These are just messing around. Those are our dads. And our grandparents. Anyway, I talked quickly about this goal of mine that our great-grandfather, this is our great-grandpa, Herb Galladay, that he had down in Nevada.
So like when Stephen was telling me about it, I didn't know it was real, but then, you know, I found out that it actually is. And then I found out it sounds like it may have just been a whole joke anyway.
Well, it was a real gold mine.
Yeah.
But I think his real plan with it was more to make money off the people who invested. I don't know.
And the operation of it.
The operation of it and the actual just business part of it.
Precursor to Silicon Slopes.
Yeah, exactly, that's it.
Love it.
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
But that was just a lead-in to talk about panning for gold, and so we all panned for gold over there.
I don't know if you heard this. This is super relevant. One time they were coming up here and they had a bunch of big metal pipes. So they had like a pickup truck and the pipes were hanging off the back so far that the front wheels were coming off the ground. So they couldn't steer to keep coming up here. So they made my Uncle Keith, he was just a kid.
He was like 10 years old.
They got some chains and put one of the pipes coming out of the front to make leverage, but it kind of was coming out over the edge this way. And so then they made him, Uncle Keith, sit at the edge of the pipe, like hold on to it.
To be a counterbalance.
Hold that down on the front so they could drive up this thing out of the bottom of the canyon. So,
I've been on that road when I was also about 10, it was terrifying. Later when they asked our Uncle Keith if he was scared to do that, he said, I was more scared to tell my dad no.
we've got great ancestors, we can say.
So the whole idea here was that the log sheets are our pan. The more silt we put in the pan, the more gold we find. That was good.
Did you guys like that planning for gold? Was that impactful? That was, for me, that was one of the things that I thought was really cool. Takeaways on the planning for gold.
This then shifted more into follow-up. What do we do with it? How do we sift, basically? How do we sift through it? They're pulling that right.
Versus Will Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, just basically the idea being follow-up and follow-up.
So we want to follow up within 2 hours, within 60 seconds on an email.
How quick do you have to follow up with Jack Galloway?
Within 3 minutes of the text.
3 minutes of the text. That drip line one was more the idea of follow-up's a continual feed. It's not just like take a tow once every week. So, you know, it's an ongoing
texts can be a drip line straight to their soul. Like they may not answer you back, but when you send them a text, they will open it and see it. An appointment, or get an appointment to send that car out via Zap LA, and then they can just buy it online.
The joke in the car business, they be back us, all the customers, hey, thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks Steve for showing me the car, I'll be back. How many people are coming back? That's how it works, I guess.
Limited number of bucks. Yeah,
Caterpillar do.
Yeah, that's definitely
There's a
true.
really limited number of ups right this second, yeah. There's offensive rebounds, getting a second chance.
And then that problem that goes into that. Lovely sickness. Hey? To the bottom, 90% of salespeople do not do any follow-up. Remember the scale, price versus value. Targets.
People buy when they perceive the value of the price. Thanks to James for that idea. Have you guys still been using these on the Google reviews?
Is it working? Is it getting us some reviews?
Yeah. I haven't watched close.
So David Tyler was here with us.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tyler's little message to us.
These were some meter calls. Barely hearing them.
Yeah, the audio was bad. But it being a detective.
Finding out what their hot buttons were.
Yeah.
Asking what their previous car experience was.
Yeah, being a detective, yeah. Basically, there's so many things you can put in the scale to build value. Find the 2 or 3 that matter to that person and focus on those instead of just shotgunning everything because you don't have time. Yeah, this was the basically, you got to appeal to the logic and the emotions. Apples to apples. We're not all apples.
Was this impactful for you guys? That's a $100,000 apple.
The very sad one in the world.
100,000 euro. Which we live.
Yeah, which,
I worked at Pinterest for 3 years.
Did you really? Awesome, you know everything about it. The customer base, the demographic.
so this was about actually comparing cars, apples to apples. For the distance they all like, so as you get closer to the details.
This, we had an awesome one that worked out with Ricky. It was an apples to apples comparison. We were like $1,000 away on the price, and so we just realized the fact and we just gave the customers a discount. And they were previous customers.
Yeah, which we were happy to do. We would have rather sold it now for the 1,000 less than missed the deal because we were overpriced.
Email sales docs, do deals away from the dealership now, if you care to.
That's going to become more and more important in the upcoming weeks or months, however long this COVID-19 thing takes. The more we can accommodate people that are nervous, the better.
Zap LA is still going to be operational, right?
Oh, yes.
No matter what.
Yep.
So we'll still be able to write the cars. Even if the government shuts us down, which it very possibly might,
Yeah.
then we'll still work by appointment.
Yeah. This was a lot of our practicing, what's your best price? So we had two different tournaments, right? Well, you weren't here for one, one in Spanish.
We never got how we can get the graph.
So it's in the auto. Do you want me to email everyone how to?
Yeah.
Let me put it on that list.
It's one of the tabs.
I'll just take some screenshots and email a picture for you quick. Probably other.
Rest in peace, Goldie.
Screenshots.
Steve's getting some awards on your desk.
We actually have two awards coming. That Automax 2020, I'm having them made. You know that big one that we had there last week? There's going to be a smaller version for everybody's desk coming. And then we also have Ricky, can you grab me one sword? So these were all supposed to be ready yesterday for everyone. This is Mr. G's. And I'm going to show you how they're going to go with the swords.
They're a trophy place across the street from us, Matt.
What?
They don't know deadlines.
Well, they actually did their part. There's another place that is building the metal, and they were supposed to be done yesterday, and now they're going to be done today. The idea is to come out on the wall, in the wall in your offices, I'll come and have them. It's something like that. So you have the sword displayed, the award. So Automax honors and congratulates J.D. Fagan Jr. for successfully completing the Sharpen Your Sword training program 2020. Yours is the only one done. Everyone else will be done
I
today.
was never late, and I never missed it, so.
There you go. There we go. So I think we're going to grab swords and do a knighting ceremony. Is that the plan?
That's right.
Okay, we're going to leave this room. So everyone grab your sword.
Get your swords and get the scabbards. We're gonna go
Yeah,
ahead.
swords and the scabbards.
So get the sword and the scabbard, and come in there. We're gonna get them.
I got your